Okay, well, I'm Michael Jacobson. I'm a professor of forestry at Penn State in the United States, Department of Ecosystem Science and Management. And I've been involved in agroforestry for almost 30 years in Africa and in the United States. And I've just been past president of the Association for Temperate Agroforestry. It's very good at this meeting to see farmers here, practitioners who provide, and I wish there was more time for discussion with them. And I think that's what we should be looking at, is learning from them and then taking that and building on that practical advice instead of very theoretical models and agroforestry. We've been doing that for 20, 30 years and we haven't really, opened the door, so to speak. We can talk all I want among each other, but if we don't get the people to adopt and carry out some of these integrated farming systems with trees on farms or crops in the forest, we're just going to keep talking and then we'll be back in 2 years again to talk more and more. I think it needs to start with asking the farmers these questions. For example, what would you like to see done differently? And so start from the bottom up instead of us sitting behind our computers saying this is the way you should do it because the models say this. I think we really need to work with them and then, when people see other farmers doing similar activities, they will be more likely to adopt them than if you just tell them that this is good to do. So I'm a big advocate of participatory development for community development. The farmers really have to want to do it, and for them to want to do it, they have to be the ones who suggest that they need this they need this advice, and that's how we can provide that. And I think in the United States, agroforestry and Canada is more focused on environmental benefits as the key driver, but for that to occur, you have to show that there's an economic return as well. And until now, that's been a struggle to show that you can integrate and make more money. But I think over time, as environmental becomes more important, which it will be, as all the issues I've mentioned, then we'll see more values being put on these environmental services, and that can add to the farmers doing more agroforestry. There's not enough resources. The National Agroforestry Center, which is sort of the overall group that works at the federal level, doesn't have enough funding to really, they only have a few staff. And then at the state level, very few states have anyone that does work in agroforestry per se. They're either in the forestry or they're in the agriculture. So there needs to be more people dedicated to agroforestry at both the state and the federal level, and that's the issue with resources. And so, I think in Europe you guys have come much longer way than us. I mean, we've had 20, 30 years of meetings like this, and every two years we talk about it, but are we really seeing activities on the ground, okay? But in Europe, I think, when I was here in 2012, when you created this federation and in Brussels, you've had a lot of momentum, and it's good to see so many people here, 300 people. I mean, we have our meetings in the US, they 100, 150. America's a very big country, it's very spread out, but we don't have that kind of glue across like you do in the European Union. Okay? All right, thanks.